individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. I would like for all of you to take a moment now and uh, register yourselves with us. Let me share with you the link to our registration page, which is also our website. You can click on this link and put in your email ID so that you are registered with us. That's on the chat box. And while you are doing that, I would like to request you to use browse our website and other channels for which you will see the links on the website, so that we will stay connected and we will have a lot of stories to share with each other. Those who are new to the meeting, please click on the WhatsApp link on the website that you will see on this page, so that you will be automatically registered to the WhatsApp group of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. Please let me know if you need any help with that. Couple of ground rules for this meeting. There is no guideline that stops us from talking about subjects like sex, politics, or religion. However, these are very sensitive topics and therefore, please handle them delicately. There is also no guideline that stops us from speaking. In fact, I would encourage all of you to stay unmuted and on video all the time as much possible. And the only thing is that let's maintain decorum throughout the meeting. And as Toastmasters, we applaud a lot, we smile a lot. So let's do that as much as possible today. I would now like to pass on the virtual stage to the president, Toastmaster Mehak Kapoor. Let me introduce herself. She's a student of BCom Honors at Delhi University. Just last week, she's done the club proud by winning the second prize at the area level table topics contest and third prize at the area level international speech contest. She enjoys various art forms, and you can see her artwork on her Instagram handle, Brilliant Brushes. And by the way, my virtual background is one of the many, many masterpieces that Toastmaster Mehak has made. Let's unmute ourselves and give a thunderous round of applause to Madam President, Toastmaster Mehak Kapoor.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Camps, for such a warm gesture. Greetings, dear storytellers and my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I welcome you all to the 108th meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. So here, as the president of the club, I hereby announce the meeting in order. Starting with, first I would like to make a small announcement. That is, first one, that in Feb, we will be having Division International Speech Contest, and our member, Toastmaster Mohit, is going to represent our club on the division level. So I would request you all to join the session. Soon I will share the details for the same. Second, today we are going to have a surprise element in the end of the meeting. So stay tuned. That would be related to our club's newsletter. With this, now I would like to invite on stage our guests for the introduction. First, starting with, I would like to invite Toastmaster Nidhi on stage. She is the speaker one, and I would like to invite her on stage to give a short introduction about herself.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, for the warm welcome and for inviting me here in Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. I'm sure with all the experienced storytellers, Toastmaster Mohit has been my mentor as well. I would be having a lot of good time here. Looking forward for the meeting and speaker. Yes, I forwarded all the required details to evaluator as well. We'll learn from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nidhi, for joining in today and for taking the last minute speaker slot. Next, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster, potential Toastmaster Navneet to introduce himself to the members of the club.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I am Navneet, and this is the first time I have joined a Toastmaster club here. So I'm also new to this platform, and I work as a software engineer in an MNC, that is Nagarro Software Private Limited. And currently I reside in Ghaziabad, and I work in Noida. So is there anything else that I would have to say?
Thank you so much, Navneet. I hope that you will like your meeting today. It's about public speaking, and I hope that you enjoyed the meeting today. Next, I would like to invite on stage potential Toastmaster Isha to please introduce herself to the members of the club.
Hello everyone, I am Isha. I come from Delhi. This is my very first meeting, so I have no idea what I'm supposed to do or what's going to happen, but I'm very excited. And presently, I'm a homemaker. I am exploring my career options, hoping to be a early childhood educator soon. So I'm working towards that, and I look forward to this meeting.
Thank you so much, Isha, for joining in today. We hope that you enjoy the meeting today. Next, I would like to invite on stage potential Toastmaster Karan to please introduce himself to the members of the club.
Hello, hi, friends. I'm Karandeep Singh. I'm a dentist by profession, and I've joined last week. So I'm quite new here, like you, most of the people. So let's have fun.
Thank you so much, Karan, for joining in today as well. We hope that you enjoy the meeting. So everyone, I think the introduction of the guest is done. We have these many guests itself today in the meeting. There's one school ID. Okay, I guess. School ID is left. No worries. So let's start with the meeting now. I would like to introduce myself as the Toastmaster of the day as well. And today with the theme. First, I would like you to, I would share something with you. Before going ahead with the theme, I would want you to look something that I am sharing right now on the screen. Have a look here in this calendar of 1582. I hope you are able to see the calendar, everyone. Are you able to see?
Yes,
Thank you. Okay. So can you see the dates in this calendar? There's a circle over here as well.
Yes.
Gap of 10 days.
Yes, there is a gap of 10 days. So now I want you to know that why is there a gap of 10 days in October of 1582? Anyone, if you know the answer for this question.
Yeah, the answer is that was when the Gregorian calendar was implemented.
Yes, Arjun, are you saying something? Your voice was a little.
Yeah. Okay. Am I not audible?
You're audible, but it was little shrill, I guess.
That is when the Gregorian calendar came into effect.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. So I want to just reflect on what Arjun's point is. So today in the session itself, we are going to cover some 4 to 5 amazing facts about our history, about the present thing, and about some of the things that we don't know how to use those things. First of all, I would like you to go ahead. If you scroll back to the year 1582 in your phone calendar, you will notice like October is the year which was usually short. It had 10 days fewer in that month. Why did it happen? Well, as Arjun said, there was a shift from the Julian calendar to the Georgian calendar that we have. And that's the shift which changed the calendar. That's where the quiz happens. But the question lies ahead. Like, why did we change the calendar? What was the need for such a situation?
It's a Gregorian calendar, right?
Yes. From 45 BC to 1582 AD, the Julian calendar, which was named after Julius Caesar, was being used in the nation of the Western world, which was being used. The Julian calendar established a 12-month solar year consisting of a cycle of year 365 days. So 1 year, which consisting of 366 days, which we usually call as a leap year. However, when the Julian calendar was imposed, it was a calendar which was wrongly imposed, which was not very much precise with the solar year, and it added an extra day every 128 years. This led to seasonal equinoxes. Well, we usually have 2 equinoxes in a year. One is the summer equinox, the other one is the winter. And for your information, equinox is the time when the length of the day and the night is equally the same. So one of the equinox we have in the March, that is usually falls around 21st March, and the other one we usually have it in September. But when this calendar was being imposed, the equinox, there was an imbalance between the equinox, which falls every time the wrong time of the year, due to which the Christian festival Easter was not coming in the right season. To fix this problem, the new calendar, which was being imposed in 1582 AD, to replace the Julian calendar, that skipped the 10 days between October 4th till October 14th. So there was a gap of 10 days in October to make up the extra days which had been accrued under the Julian calendar. So it established a more accurate accounting for the leap year to avoid the extra days that we fall in the future. Now, the third question arises is like, why only October? Why the people took the year October only to erase the 10 days? They could have taken any month, because the problem was just short for the 10 days. They just have to erase 10 days from the history. Why? Any answers? Why it was chosen only October? Okay, so the answer for the same is that in the month of October, there are usually less of the festivals for Christians. So they chose a time where they do not have so many festivals of the Christians, so that they're able to impose those skip those 10 days easily. So with this was my first fact. So now I would like to explain the flow of the making, like how a Toastmasters meeting goes on. Well, the first session, that is the first segment, is the speech section, where the speeches are being done according to the projects that have been given by the Toastmasters International. The second segment is the table topic session, where the guests are also invited to give their views on the topic which is being given by the table topic master, and the selected person is required to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. The third and the most important segment in a Toastmasters meeting is the evaluation segment, where the whole of the meeting is being evaluated by a general evaluator and the team of general evaluator that is called as a CAT team. So with this, first I would like to invite on stage our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Mohit Sani, to introduce his CAT team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. Hi, everyone. Once again, I'll be playing the general evaluator role. And let me tell you a little story. There was an artist. He used to do wonderful pieces, and they used to sell like hotcakes. He used to make a lot of good money as well. And life was going on. He had a child, a son. And the son, from the very beginning, learned from his father and became an artist as well. As the son was growing, every time he made a piece of art, he would show it to his dad, and his dad would commend his work, but at the same time also give him at least one thing that he could have done better. He always pointed out at least one mistake in the work of the child. The child used to take it very positively, and he would improve on that area the next time he made the artwork. And that's how he kept on improving until a point where his artwork became very well renowned in the area. In fact, his work started selling more than his father's. They would pay more money for the son's art pieces. And that's where pride started coming in. And then the son was still getting feedback from his dad about something that he could have done better, but he wouldn't take it well. His over a period of time, he realized that the sales started to go down. His work was not selling as much. He would not get as much money as well. And he got really uh, disturbed with this. So he went back to his dad and he said, "What do you think has gone wrong? I used to think I'm perfect." His dad said, "The only thing that has changed is that you became satisfied." The moment we become satisfied is when our decline starts, and that's where the role of the general evaluator comes into the picture. As a general evaluator, in all the Toastmasters meeting, we definitely look at what are the things that we are doing well, but at the same time, we also look at the areas where we can improve so that we can be a better speaker, so that we can be a better leader. With that thought, I would like to welcome my team, which is going to help me in doing this evaluation today. We call it the tag team, which is the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. To play the timer role, we have Toastmaster Ankan. I would like to invite Toastmaster Ankan to explain what is the role of the timer. Before that, quick introduction for Ankan. He's a medical technologist who works as a perfusionist in cardiac surgery department of Fortis, Okhla. Reading and writing have been his hobby, and he's joined Toastmasters so that he can enhance his communication skills. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ankan, the timer of the day, with a round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit and Madam President and fellow Toastmasters. So I'll be playing role of a timer today, and my job would be to give a signal of when to stop, when to slow down, and when to stop. So for general speech, timing is of 4 to 6 minutes, if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's of 4 to 6 minutes for prepared speech section. And
it would be 5 to 7 minutes, I believe,
okay.
For Nidhi's speech, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So prepared speech timing is of 5 to 7 minutes. So at 6 minutes, I will give green signal. I will write it on chat box, and on 6:30 I will write yellow, and on 7 I will write red. So that is when you have to stop for prepared speakers. And for table topic section, it is of 2 minutes speech timing. So at 1 minute I'll write green. At 1:30 I'll write yellow, and at 2 minutes I'll write red. And that is when speakers have to stop. There will be a grace margin of 30 seconds, both before and after the speakers, when the timer of the speaker will start. And at the end, I'll present my report to the Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Mohit. So that's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankan. I would now like to invite Toastmaster Lavina for sharing her role as the R counter and the grammarian for the day. Let me introduce Lavina. Lavina works with RBS, and she's a full-time mom to 2 kids and stays in Gurugram. She joined Toastmasters to hone her speaking, presentation, and leadership skills. And apart from this, we've come to know recently that she's a climate change enthusiast and writes beautiful articles about climate change for all of us. Let's welcome Toastmaster Lavina with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for that warm welcome. I think the best introduction ever for each and every person is always been coming from your end. I see everybody being so beautifully introduced. So yeah, I would move on to my role. So I would be playing the R counter and the grammarian as well. So as far as the R counter role is concerned, I would be making a note of the crutch words that we come across during the meeting, and would be sharing a report for the same at the end. So crutch words basically are filler words like ahs, ums, and certain repetitive words like, so, which we come up as in which certainly comes up in our speech when we are short of thoughts or we are short of time. So I would be sharing a detailed report for each and every speaker towards the general evaluation section. Apart from that, I am playing the role of the grammarian as well. So from that perspective, I would be closely listening to the good usages as well as the bad usages of English language throughout the meeting. I would also encourage each and every person on the call to use the word of the day, and I have posted the meaning in the chat if you can see. So the word of the day is gloaming, which means dusk or twilight. That is when the evening is just starting to set up. So the usage can be so many lights are already shimmering in the gloaming. And I would like each and every speaker to go ahead and try to use it at least once in their speech time. And towards the evaluation section, I would be sharing my grammarian report as well. Thank you, and back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lavina. Wonderful. And that was my tag team. We will come back at the end of the meeting to share our overall report for how the meeting went, what was good, what could have been better. And we will never be satisfied. We will keep on improving. All of us will keep on improving. With that, I would like to pass it back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I would just like to add one thing, that Toastmaster Gaurav is going to play the role of an active listener.
Hello team, I am Gaurav Sachdeva and I am the active listener for today's meeting. So not only I am the active listener, I want you all be the active listener, you good listener, because a good listener is essential for a better communication. And for a better communication, first we have to be heard. I read in the research of a person that you should speak at least 10% what you listen. So you have to listen more so that you can understand more, you can have more knowledge, then you can speak. So at the end of the meeting, I am observing the meeting throughout, and at the end of the meeting, I will ask 5 to 6 questions what is asked in the meeting, and I expect all of you to answer that questions. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav, for such detailed explanation of your role. Now, with this, let's call upon our first speaker for the game. We are going to move ahead with the speech round. So before calling on Toastmaster Nidhi on stage, I would first like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Arjun, to please give brief introduction and details about the speech of Toastmaster Nidhi.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Toastmaster Nidhi will be attempting her Level 2 Project 1 speech in the Pathways Motivational Strategy. The title of the speech is the purpose of a project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style, and also to share the impact that his or her style has had on the other. So over to you, Toastmaster Mehak, again.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arjun. Toastmaster Nidhi, can we do a quick ongoing video check for your speech? Yes, so I would request you to please repeat after me. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Thank you so much. You're perfectly audible and you are visible as well. So I would like to call upon you, Toastmaster Nidhi, effective communication, Toastmaster Nidhi.
How many of you have heard this term? English is a funny language. Please raise your hands. Thank you. Everyone says that English is a funny language. However, I would feel communication is a funny thing. We communicate with other people on a daily basis. And the goal of that communication is always the same for all of us, to feel valued and understood. The challenge is that we may not have the same communication style as the person we are talking with. This means that even we may be speaking the same language, the way we give and receive information might be completely opposite. Have you ever felt like this? In fact, nothing is more frustrating than having a conversation with someone who doesn't seem to understand what you are trying to communicate with them. Often, as you get to know someone over the period of time, you began to understand how to communicate with that person better. But what would you do when you meet someone for the first time? But faster, you understand, you learn how to communicate with the other person by knowing, identifying their communication styles and adapt that. The more effective you are going to be as a communicator. As a soft skills trainer myself, I have a lot of experience with this, which I'm going to share with you all today. The first time I meet a client, it's my job to understand more about who they are as a person, their goals, their backgrounds, so that I can create a program that fits their needs. If I can't quickly identify and adapt to their communication styles, it's going to be really challenging for me to make it through the consultation and reach those goals. Over the years, these sessions has given me a ton of experience, a practice, learning how to identify and adapt to different communication styles. And with my experience, I would like to make you understand that you all can identify these styles and how you all can adapt to those styles. There are 4 different communication styles: analytical, direct, initiating, and supportive. An analytical communicator, which I always feel is really precise, they are really logical. When this communicator comes into the session, generally, they are the type of person who takes a lot of notes. You can tell that they are really paying attention to the details, all the facts and the figures, and they often get a lot of questions about the process and the program. This gets me off right away that I have an analytical communicator in front of me. What I know now is that I need to be precise with them and really logical and organized, and how I present that material in front of them. I also need to give them plenty of space to ask questions. So if I review a form with them, I need to make sure that they have a time to ask any questions that they may have. And because I know that they really value understanding information, and I also know this person because they are listening, observing, and processing that information.
they are not really going to randomly give me that information about themselves. So that I'm going to be intentional with my questions with them. Now comes the direct communicator. Is decisive and to the point. Can spot this communicator from a mile away. They came marching into the studio, and before their butt even hits the seat, they are already listing out all of their goals, expectations, what they want to reach, how they want their goals to be updated. They are right to the point. When I started my trainer's journey, I found this style of communication really intimidating. And it was a little bit awkward, if I'm being honest with all of you, because I felt like they are in a hurry, ready to get on the next thing. And I thought that they don't like me. But what I didn't realize at that point is they are just used to getting to the point and getting things done. Now that I recognize that this is the type of communicator that is sitting right in front of me, I know that I need to narrow down the information, and I'm going through exactly what this person needs to know. No more, no less. Because I need to get the person a little bit better. I need to set them by letting them know that there is a point to me. Asking personal questions because they don't have a time for that. As long as they know that there is a reason behind asking these questions about their lifestyle and their hobbies, they are going to be more willing to share their information with me. Next comes the initiating communicator. Initiating communicator is your social butterfly. When this person walks into the room, you are going to know their entire life story within 5 minutes you meet them. And they are a lot of fun. They are warm, engaging, and they really value relationships. The challenge here is that what I know about this style of communication is that I need to give them a lot of space to share their long, interesting stories and be willing to share some of my stories as well, because they definitely are going to ask about it. And the unique challenge is that with such communicator, is that I have to make sure that I stay on task. We can get so lost in getting to know one another that I might forget all of the tasks that I have to accomplish during my consultation. Hence, I make sure that I'll stay on task whenever I have an initiating communicator with me. Finally, the supportive communicator. They are always often stay and calm. I can usually identify this style from the moment I open the door. They are going to be a little bit more shy, more reserved, more quiet, and they're just going to be looking around, observing everything and listening to whatever I say. As soon as I realize that I have a supportive communicator, I know that I need to make them feel as welcome as possible. The challenge is that style of communicator doesn't really like a lot of change. So the faster I can make them feel like home, the more they are going to open up and be willing to share their information with me. Because they are such good listeners and they really need to feel comfortable before they are ready to change, I have to be super intentional with asking questions about them, asking questions about what I want to know. Otherwise, they are not going to open up with me. When you take the time to learn how to communicate with each of the different communication styles, you help that person to feel valued and understood. At the end of the day, people won't remember what you said, what you did. They will always remember how you made them feel. Take the time, my friends, to learn how to communicate effectively with each of the different styles. By doing so, you will help that person to feel valued and understood, feeling that feeling would surely last. And remember, the strength lies in differences and not in similarities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nidhi, for sharing your journey of the effective communication. From your speech, I could clearly recognize, and it reminded me of one of the most powerful quote, that communication works for those who work at it. So kudos to you, good job done. Now we request everyone to please take a minute to give a feedback to Nidhi either through the chat section or through direct message to Nidhi. Timer, please note that ping me when the 1 minute is over. Thank you so much, everyone. 1 minute is over. Now, coming back to the theme of the day today, I would request you all to please see the other thing that I'm going to share now. Well, I hope you're able to see the logo of Baskin & Robbins. Could please, anyone of you who would like to take a note and tell me that what is one of the special things in this logo being mentioned above? Anyone who would like to give it a try? Yes, I can see Arjun raising his hand. Yes, Arjun, go ahead.
I think the criteria stands for something like the number of flavors or the number of ingredients or something.
Yes, you are really close. So the first thing that Arjun noticed is that there is a 31 hidden in the logo of Baskin & Robbins. You're absolutely right, Arjun. I hope everyone is able to see this one. Okay, so
Yeah.
now I'm going to show what is the significance of this number 31. So 31 has been a sacred number for the Baskin & Robbins. It has been used, this number, this logo. There was a sequence of logo that Baskin & Robbins have been using, and this 31 has been an indispensable part in their logo. Starting from the beginning, they have always used this logo. I hope now you are able to see. So there is a tremendous change in the logo that you can see in the logo of Baskin & Robbins, but the number 31 is indispensable and it's very much present now also. Well, the reason behind is that it's hidden, that it sometimes goes unnoticed by the people. The number 31 is very important and symbolic for the Baskin & Robbins, as it first appeared at the badge during the year 1959. The logo was being placed by the creators because there were 3 creators: Carson Roberts, advertising agency which made this logo and which make it to symbolize the number of ice creams as well. That was being also correctly said by Arjun. Initially, when Baskin & Robbins launched, it launched almost 31 ice creams. Today, it has over 31 flavors to offer it to the customers. But when it launched just 31 number of ice creams flavors. So it has kept that significance on. It now also has 31 flavors and more of it. But still now, the number is sacred to them. The second thing, that is the fun fact which lies ahead. The 31%, it is so sacred to them that when you visit Baskin and Robbins, they will give you 31% discount as well if you order ice cream over 500 on 31st of the month. Well, so now if you are going on 31st January to Baskin and Robbins, don't forget to ask for a discount, because until and unless you ask for it, they will never give you. They're quite smart people. So with this was the hack here, that now if you are going to Baskin and Robbins, do ask for a discount from them, because this is a Craig and Keswick hack. Well, with this, now this was our fact number 2. Now let's move ahead to our second segment, that is the table topic segment. For this, I would like to call upon table topics master, Toastmaster Arjun, to have this opportunity to please start with the table topic segment.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahek, for that wonderful segment. So table topics are my favorite section of any meeting, because the difference between a speech and a table topic is the difference between an angry rant that you prepare, that when you're angry at somebody, you prepare a big elaborate speech that you're going to tell to them when they meet you face to face, and you write it all out, and you prepare a nice big speech. But the problem is that when you go in front of them, they will then say something that completely diffuses the main premise of the speech, and now you have to come up with a new speech on the spot. And so table topics is much more important, because it will, in a table topic, you have to come up with a plausible sounding explanation for something, or a convincing narrative for something on the spot. And I feel that is a much more, you need both. You need the rigid structure of a prepared speech, and you also need the free flowing association of table topics. Having said that, today's table topics are going to be quotes, some quirky quotes by famous authors, and I will like some volunteers, preferably an experienced Toastmaster in the beginning, and you can speak on that topic for at least 1 minute and up to 2 minutes. And the tip for new guests, as I see a lot of guests in this meeting today, the tip for new guests is to just start. It is like how news reporters, you can just give them the news of the day, and then they will explain it no matter how. The interest rates are down because of whatever, or the country, this stock is going up, and they will come up with an excuse, right? So even you have to apply the same approach. So can I have any volunteer for the first one? Anybody? Preferably, experienced one in the beginning, then it will be all guests. Mahek, you want to go? Or Mahek or Mohit sir?
Sure, I would like to go, Arjun.
Okay. So the quote that I have for you today is: few in life are felt. Few in life, like they say, like how we say once more to a band, right? Like when a band is performing or something is performing, we say once more. It's called an encore. So few in life are felt that they deserve. Few in life are felt to deserve an encore, which means so few people in life, like people will say, yes, I want one more of that. Got it? Few in life are felt to deserve an encore.
Few in life are what? Sorry.
Felt to deserve an encore. What it means is, once somebody is gone, few people will say at their funeral, once more.
Once more.
Like I want that person to live his life once more, or I want to know that kind of person once more. So it's a difficult topic. That is why I give it.
Like maybe like if you can simplify it, like as I get it, like there will be very few people who you would want to.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give a simpler topic. The meaning. Fashions come and go, but bad taste is timeless.
You have to go a little slow. I can't catch it.
Okay. Fashions come and go, but bad taste is timeless.
Bad taste is forever.
Yeah, it's timeless.
Okay, okay. Fashions come and go, but bad taste is timeless.
Just a
Okay.
second. I would request Arjun to paste the topic on the chat section as well.
Yeah, yes, I will do that. I will do that.
That's an interesting one. Just give me a few seconds to think. Okay, so fashion comes and goes and bad taste is timeless. Okay, as you can see, I'm not a very fashionable person. I'm wearing whatever I got to wear, and that's the kind of person I've always been. But I do understand that there are some people who are very particular about what they wear or um, and for what occasion as well. So we are at a point where we are getting ready for a cousin's wedding, and all of us cousins have decided that we will buy a common kurta pajama for the wedding. And I'm one of those who has absolutely zero fashion sense, so I'm trusting my other more informed cousins about what that kurta pajama and what the design and the fabric and everything should be like. And I'm sure they can make a better decision when it comes to choosing the designer and all of these other important things in the process. Because like you said, fashion will come and go, but my taste in terms of what is good and what is not is probably going to remain as it has always been. So it's going to be timeless. Thank you. Pass it back to you, Toastmaster Arjun.
Oh, that was a great attempt. I promise all the others will not be so difficult. I had to give him the difficult one because he is a table topic champion. I promise the next person who's come, it will be a simple one. One of the guests, please volunteer. Isha, Karan, Ashish, and Navneet, please raise your hands if anybody wants to go. I promise it will be much simpler. It will be a very simple topic. I promise. Do I see a volunteer? No? Come on. I'm not that. The topic won't be so scary. How many of you are actually okay? Ankan wants to go. Ankan? Ankan, can you hear me? Ankan, we can't hear you. No
You're
volunteers,
not
Lovina.
audible, Ankan.
Ankan, you're not audible. Lovina wants to go.
Maybe you can pick up a
Toastmaster
guest
Lovina.
only.
Yeah, I'll pick up a guest. Like Isha is a guest, Ashish and Abhishek and Karan are guests. No?
Navneet.
Isha? Yeah, Isha madam, are you there? Can I have you?
Hi, I'm there. Yeah.
Would you like a topic?
Okay. Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, fine. So your topic is very simple.
Okay.
Sometimes one likes foolish people more than wise people.
Okay. Okay, I guess it goes to say a lot about our the human desire for feel good factor, short-term happiness, I guess. Because if we approach a wise person and they're giving us some difficult advice, something that will require work, and the happiness, the gratitude will come after maybe a long period of time, that gives us anxiety, and we don't really wish to go through that because there's no guarantees, and it requires effort without guarantee. So we may opt to go for the foolishness, uh, the good weather friends, and just have a maybe a party rather than work towards a course or work towards development in our career. Like okay, even today attending this meeting, this session is quite a challenge, and anyone would rather go have a lunch with my friends and have a good time. But then again, that would be going with the foolish people and not with the wise people, because okay, this is quite a challenge to meet new people and put yourself in the spotlight. So I guess that's how I understand it.
Okay. I'll also make bonus points for considering all of us as wise people. We will remember that. Another guest, Karan, are you there? Karan, Navneet. Navneet, sir, do you want to go? Want to take any time? Okay. So your topic is. Oh, you're the cricket person. Okay. 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 A good upbringing, right? A good. I'm giving you a topic, right? Navneet, you're attempting. No. Yes. Okay. So who wants to go? Karan, you want to go? Karan, are you there? Say hi if you can hear me.
Please ignore the noise, background noise. There's some guest in the house.
Yeah, chalega. So I'll give you a topic, right? Okay. So your topic is a good upbringing does not mean that you won't spill on the table, but it means that you will not notice it when somebody else does. A good upbringing.
Can you come again?
Yeah, a good upbringing means that does not mean that you won't spill sauce on the table, but it means that you will not notice when somebody else spills it. You got it? I put it on the chat.
Yeah, definitely. I agree to that, and I want to say that it's kind of this upbringing thing is very much in our culture, and it should be there until. Yeah, the upbringing thing is necessary, and you said that this you won't notice or you won't point out that someone spilled the sauce on the table. Everyone, I want to say that everyone notices, but the upbringing is what makes someone not point out the other person's mistake, or not to let the other person down. And I can't think more of that. Sorry, I can't think more about that.
Oh, you're still thinking? Are you done? You're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done, right? Done for now.
Right. I'd like to have a Toastmaster for the next topic. Who want to go? Toastmaster Gaurav, you want to go?
Right.
Okay. Okay. So I'll go for the heresy of one age. The heresy, matlab, what is considered blasphemous or what is considered taboo. The heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next. The heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next.
The heresy. Can you post it on the chat?
Yeah, I'm posting it. The orthodoxy, matlab, the traditional, the tradition of the other age.
The old
Okay.
school
And the
way.
heresy means, yeah,
Invention. Heresy means.
pardon?
Heresy means.
Heresy means whatever is considered too modern or too corrupting or like heretics, right? Like the heretics were people who were accused of being witches by the church, you know,
Yeah.
like people who are bringing new ideas or people who are doing weird things and everybody thinks that they are bad or wrong or that should not be happening. Those are called heretics.
Okay.
So whatever is considered a heresy in one age becomes the best example is the Galileo with this sun at the center hypothesis.
Okay.
You got it?
Okay. Got it. Give me some time. In India also, there are few reputations or few legends which are known by their work. And because of that invention, that innovation which they did in their time, become the legacy for their generation and becomes the gift for their generation. Sometimes we mention that like Mithai Wala, or for another reason, there are some good work done by your parents, grandparents, or grandparents, but you take the benefit of the same, and it becomes your benchmark that you have to do the work within their limits and the standards which they have set in their life, and you have to follow them. But on the other thing, it becomes a identification for you in the society that you are known by them. Like for me, it's Gaurasudeva. Sometimes the people are known by their grandparents, them, and they are asking and they give respect always their the name and the work of their grandparents did. So that's it for my side.
Okay, that was a very good attempt for a difficult topic. Any guests want to go? I promise I go easy on the guests. Ashish, you want to try? Ashish, Abhishek. Ashish? Yeah, Abhishek went away. Or Abhishek is still here. Abhishek, do you want to attempt?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so your topic is humor is what happens when we are told the truth quicker and more directly than we are used to. Humor is what happens when we are told the truth.
I actually have a very
quicker.
bad line, so we'll recommend if you type in the topic.
Yeah, I'm typing.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
typing, yeah. So I think you can do justice to this topic. Humor is what happens when we are told the truth quicker and more directly than we're used to. Humor is what happens when we're told the truth quicker and more directly than we're used to.
Okay, before I attempt this, I actually wanted to check how many of you are married. Then probably others might not be able to connect, because when I was 26 years old, I was pushed to get married. Every relative of mine was asking when I'm going to get married. That time, I took it as an incident. But later on, I realized it's not an incident, it is a humorous incident. And I wish people at that very moment was able to tell me that this is something which you should do after maybe deep consultation with wise people around. But everybody at that very moment was dying to get me married. And I thought it's just an incident. Let me go and perform this event. It's just to get married and I'm not going to go anywhere. In fact, a lady is going to come at my place. So I will be stronger. No worries. She will be able to help me with all my chores. Trust me, I just completed 14 years of my marriage. And I still had pain in my heart. I don't know how to, as in, obviously, at my place, I can't say anything because I have my wife and my daughter, both females, and I did not get a chance to speak. So I decided to come and join you guys so that at least if I've not been able to say anything at my place, I will be able to speak in front of you and share my pain. Nevertheless, I know, as in you guys are having a cheerful faces, you are enjoying this moment, enjoying this Sunday time. So I don't want to waste your time with my sad story, but I wish people will be able to tell me the truth sooner, but which I realized later on after getting married. What do you?
Okay, no, I think the next topic should be for the married Toastmaster only, because the topic I'm thinking of giving is what you wish somebody had told you before you got married. That
Yeah, I
sounds like
wish
a book
somebody
title,
told
no?
me truth when I was getting married. People did
Yeah.
empathized when I got married and I started sharing my stories.
Okay, Abhishek, potential Toastmaster, do you want to go one more round, but with the topic, what you wish
Sure.
somebody had told
I'm
you?
actually a Toastmaster. I'm a member of Singapore Club.
Okay.
And I'm exploring clubs so that I will be able to join something physically over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should give you another topic so
Sure,
that
feel
your
free to
topic
do
should
that.
be Toastmaster Abhishek. Your topic is what I wish somebody had told me before I got married.
Same topic, or maybe just change it or flip it to something
No,
else.
this is not the same. No, this is not the same topic. It's not the same topic because you mentioned all the things that you were not told, but you didn't say what
My dear friend,
you
I
had
am
to
staying
talk
at
to
my place.
26.
Don't you want me to stay for entire week? Because I don't have. It's a winter time. I can't
Got
go
it.
out.
Okay. 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 Anybody, any guest wants to attend?
So am I done?
Ashish, are you
Or do
there?
you want me
Ashish, I
to?
think. Yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Okay,
In
perfect.
the interest of your
Safety and security and happy married life. You are actually.
yes.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Ashish, you want to go? Guest Ashish. Ashish, are you there? Say hi if you can hear me. Ashish is not there with us, I guess. How many more can I take? I think one more, or should I wrap it up?
One more, I think you can go ahead with.
Okay, Toastmaster Lovina wants to go. Nice, Toastmaster Lovina. Toastmaster Lovina.
Treat me like a
Okay.
guest and give an
Toastmaster
easy one,
Lovina.
please.
Yeah, I'm giving you easy one. It is one of my rules in life to never notice what I don't understand. It is one of my rules in life to never notice what I don't understand. Toastmaster Lovina.
I'll just take few seconds to put my thoughts together. So, my son is just a small story about my son. He's like 14-15 months. And so the thing is that girls start speaking at an early age. And my first child is a girl.
So we are used to having a chatterbox in a house, banging through all the conversations with each and every person of the family. So now my son is the second child. He's 14, 15 month old, and he doesn't say a single word. He's been like more than a year on this earth, and along with a chatterbox sister, and he is not speaking a single word. He just says mama and papa, just 2 words, nothing else. So it is such a big challenge to understand what he's trying to say. At some times it becomes so frustrating, and I started observing this pattern that he keeps on just making the regular sound of like just like a gadget that is sitting and in your workstation, on your workstation, and beeping like your modem or anything else that you can picturize. So a couple of months back, when I was like I was hoping he would start talking, and considering that my daughter started talking so early, and she blasted through talking and talking and talking. So I really got frustrated, usually twice or thrice a day, that what is he trying to say? Is he hungry? Is he not? Hunger is, we can crack the hunger scenario pretty well, but any other thing to gauge the situation, that is so difficult with him. So this has become an unsaid rule of our lives, that we ignore the things he says, the ones that we don't understand. So that has become an unsaid rule of this family for now. And I hope this gets broken very soon. Thank you, and back to you, Ajay.
A great attempt, Toastmaster Lavina. Admittedly, it was a difficult topic to talk about, because how do you notice something if you did not notice it, right? If you don't understand something, you don't notice it, then you don't even know what you have not noticed. So it is one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. Anyways, that's it for the table topic section for today, and it was a great. It had everything. It had humor. It had some reluctant guests. It has some. I just liked it. So back to the table, back to the team mode, the Toastmaster now.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arjun, for conducting such a wonderful session with such great topics. So now, going ahead, I would like you with the theme, the third fact. Well, the third fact goes on. Have you ever seen people putting up skaters or some or on their Instagram account, they're posting reels about the number 1111? Well, how many of you have seen this? Give a raise of your hands. Okay, so I see Toastmaster Nidhi have seen. Do you know what is the significance of this 1111? Well, one of my neighbors keep posting this every day. So this made me realize that what is the significance of it. So when I Googled it, I found that 1111 is a number that is being, it's an angel number. It has been categorized as an angel number. So when the clock strikes 7 and it's the 11 o'clock, the 11th minute, it will alert you to the doom. It's usually a good omen. So the things, it is something that happens for the good. The number is frequently displayed on the screen to remind yourself during the potential changes. This number is basically takes you to a different phases of the life. So starting with, what emotions come to your mind when you see the number 11 is to 11? Well, any one of you, if you would want you to answer something, what emotions come to your mind when you see the number 1111? Anyone who would like to answer? Okay, Toastmaster Nidhi. Yeah, please go ahead.
1111, as you mentioned, is the angelic number, and all those 222 also is a 333. There is a different significance. So 1111, for me, whenever I see, it's about transformations. So something good is going to happen, or something transformational is going to happen. It can be rough as well. However, the ending would be beautiful.
Yes, absolutely correct, Toastmaster Nidhi. It's a number which usually brings positivity in ourselves when we usually see this number. Okay, so first I would like to give a little significance about this number itself. There's a reason that it is a potting number. When you see it, just when you start appreciating the numbers when they're arranged in a row. It's obviously an angel number that has been said by Toastmaster Nidhi. It makes you feel better, makes you to gives yourself a feeling that you are in a better place. It stands for intuition. It serves as a guide for your emotion, to your wisdom, and defines a logic as well. It fascinates from the idea that certain numbers have spiritual mindset and spiritual vibrations, which converts them to the energies. Now, you might have constantly, now when I have referred to this as 1111, you might now constantly see this number many of the time on your phones, or might be on the Instagram, someone putting the status now and there. Why? It is a favorable sign. When you see this number, usually people have been saying like it is a myth that people do wish at this time and the wish gets fulfilled. Well, the fact lies ahead that the wish, it is just a sacred number. So when you think from all your heart and you wish something to happen at this hour, it usually gets fulfilled. This is the myth as been said. But the fact is, like when it is usually the sacred things, when we go to a temple, we usually wish for it. We think in the hope that it will get true. Same is with this number. When we wish something at this hour, in this hope that we get something in return, or a wish gets fulfilled in return. Well, this is just a myth that has been said by the people, but at times people take it as a favorable thing. Just they feel very good after it. They feel that it is the positive number, it is the positive vibes. Because 11 and 11, it is being considered as a sacred number. That is why it is being considered as one of the positive things, and it has been also being said that if you wish at this hour, it will usually get fulfilled. Now, what changes it can bring in your life? When it is a positive number, so it will eventually give you positivity when you see this number. You can breathe a sigh of relief, you can rejoice and feel enthusiastic. It confirms that everything in your universe is right, on track, and it is being guided by the Holy. As a result, if you frequently see this number, you are definitely going through a spiritual enlightenment. So this is the significance of why people are usually putting up status of their number 1111. So with this, I would like to call upon our general evaluator for the day to give a detailed report of the meeting and with this captain players.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahek, for that wonderful set of questions. Very intriguing indeed. Before we go on to the overall report for the meeting, I would first like to invite the speech evaluator for the one speech that happened today. I would like to invite Toastmaster Arjun to share the evaluation report for Toastmaster Nidhi's speech. Let's welcome Arjun with a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Mohit. Toastmaster Nidhi was attempting her level 2 project 1, and she started off with she excelled at the introduction. She had my attention from the very get-go, and she made a very good point. And the body of the speech had a very clear structure to it. I had no difficulty following what it was about, and what each part was going to be. It was very clear from the get-go that this speech is going to be about different styles and how she feels that she needs to interact with each and every style of communicator. She really excelled at using her body. She made sure that she was not sitting. She was moving around. She was using her body as much as possible on camera. She had a few anecdotes here and there. What she might want to work on, my suggestions for her are that her voice modulation could be a little better because the whole speech was delivered in a such like in a kind of monotone. And because a speech is as much about the sound as about the words, right? The sound of things. So it has to sound good also. There has to be some kind of music to a speech. And if it is a monotone, despite how good it is, like we are listeners, right? We are like even though we want to pay attention, it becomes an effort thing to pay attention if there is no natural music in the speech. Other than that, I felt it was a wonderful. I mean, for a speech that is about listing of communication styles, I mean, how much better are you going to get? Right. I mean, the restrictions of the project um, make it a pretty dull speech in any case, right? And I think she did the best with what she had to do, right? So that's it for my report. To challenge herself again, I would like to see her doing more voice modulation. Over to the Toastmaster mode. Over to generally Toastmaster mode.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arjun, for that evaluation. I think you covered the points very well, and I do agree. Toastmaster Nidhi, you were able to get your message across. I can absolutely very clearly remember the four different styles of communication, and I'm sure all of us will take that back with us from today's meeting. With that, I would now like to invite our tag team to share their report. Let's start with the timer for the day, Toastmaster Ankan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Am I audible now? Is it clear? My voice is clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So for timer report, prepared speaker was Nidhi and her topic was effective communication. She went a bit ahead of her time. It lasted for 9 minutes, 45 seconds. It was supposed to be around 5 to 7 minutes. And for table topic session, TM Mohit topic was passions come and go, but bad taste is timeless. His time was of 1 minute 44 seconds. Isha, her topic was sometimes one like foolish people more than wise people. And her time lasted for 1 minute 10 seconds. Navneet, his topic was a good upbringing does not mean that you will not spill sauce on the table, but that you will not notice when someone does it. And his time also lasted for 1 minute 10 seconds. Toastmaster Gaurav, his topic was the heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next. And his time lasted for 1 minute 15 seconds. Abhishek, Toastmaster Abhishek, his topic was humor is what happens when we are told the truth quicker and more directly than we are used to. And his time lasted for 1 minute 37 seconds. Toastmaster Lavina, her topic was it is one of my rules in life to never notice what I don't understand. And she also went a bit ahead of her time. It lasted for 2 minutes 50 seconds. So that is all from timer report of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankan. That was a very detailed timers report. And you also included the topics along with the report. So that's really fantastic. Thank you once again. And let's move on to our counter and grammarian of the day for her report. Let's welcome Toastmaster Lavina for that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So for the R counter report, I think Isha start with randomly giving the counts for the graduates. So Isha had 3 to 4 R's in arms. Mohit, Toastmaster Mohit had almost 10 to 12 crutch words. Mehek was posing as the Toastmaster of today and almost 6 to 8 R's in arms. Gaurav and Ankan, I couldn't find many fillers though. For Ankur specifically, I lost count after 12 to 13 and ums. Isha, I heard some fillers, as in I guess, and 4 to 6 crutch words. Karan, almost 4 to 5 and Nidhi's speech, the speaker for the speech section was flawless. No filler words, the proper intonation and everything. Lavina, almost 5 to 7 ums and 2 mentions of so. That would be about the counter report. Moving on to the grammarian's report. So, lot of good usages during the speech section. I think when the speaker is explaining the kind of personality of the communication style for a person. So it's words she used like social butterfly, observing, analyzing. When put together for a person, it was very calm to the ear. And when she mentions that, also when she mentions how is she supposed to be dealing with a person, when she identifies what communication style does that person has, like she mentions when she has to be super intentional with the questions around a certain personality. Also, part of the speech when she mentions how people remember how you made them feel. That was very beautiful expression out there. Also, somewhere in the call, we were talking about communication works for them who work on it. That was very beautiful and to the point. Moving on, I heard we were talking about the angelic nature of numbers and very beautiful usage of language by Nidhi as well as Mehak when explaining what numbers are, when they have a spiritual angle. So there, the usage of words, the expressions, they were very good. And coming to the bad usages, I couldn't really find many, but I guess a couple of them were when we were saying, I would want you to look something. We can rephrase and say, I would want you to look at something. Secondly, when we were saying the question lies ahead, we can rephrase and say the question arises, or the question that arises is. Similarly, somewhere we were saying on the other thing. So we can rephrase and say on the other side or on the other end. And I guess that's much about it, as from the point of view of the good and the bad usages of the English language. I am surprised the word of the day hasn't been used in the meeting. So probably next time we should try to use it. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lavina. And yeah, I agree. We haven't used the word of the day. We have to do a better job at that, I guess. And on the other side, I think we also have to think like, why is the word too difficult to be incorporated in a meeting format like that? So something that both sides have to do, grammarian side as well as the audience's side. But thank you once again. Thank you also for taking up 2 roles today, Toastmaster Lavina, counter as well as grammarian. Before I proceed with the overall report, I would like to invite our listener of the day, Toastmaster Gaurav, who's going to ask us some questions to check our memories about the meeting. Over to Toastmaster Gaurav with a round of applause.
Thank you, Mohit. So the first question, I am asking about question and answer, and maybe it may be the filling the blanks. And for the first question is simple. So I would like to invite any guest who can answer. Ankan? Ankan is Toastmaster. Ashish or Toastmaster Abhishek? Are you there? Karan? Toastmaster?
Sorry, yeah, I was actually on the call. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no issues.
Can you please repeat what you just mentioned?
Okay, first question is mention the gap of number of days and month of 1582 year. I am repeating the question. You have to answer the question if you attentively have listened the meeting. Mention the gap of number of days and month of 1582 year. Hint, this is the first fact shared by Toastmaster Mehak, STMOD, in today's video.
Gaurav, I should be honest. I actually logged in when she was talking about Baskin Robbins.
Okay, no issues. Ankan, would you like to answer?
Yeah, 10 days.
And month?
October.
Okay.
1582.
If you can recall, then you can know the date from
4 and 15.
Yeah, great. So, second question. What are the 4 types of communication style or a communicator mentioned by Toastmaster Nidhi in her speech? I am repeating it. What are the 4 types of communication styles or communicator mentioned by Toastmaster Nidhi in her speech?
Direct, supportive,
Analytical.
One at a time. One at a time. Oh, so sorry, Abhishek, you may continue.
Yeah, direct, analytical, supportive, and sorry, I'm not being able to recall the 4th one.
Okay, Toastmaster Mohit.
Initiating.
Okay. 4.
Those are the 4, right? The 3 you already mentioned.
Yeah,
direct.
you have to mention 4 in the order.
Oh, in the order also. Okay. Analytical.
Okay.
Direct.
Okay.
Initiating.
Okay.
And supportive.
You don't have to see your notes which you have written.
Oh man, she caught cheating.
Okay. Third question is a quote mentioned by Toastmaster Mehak after the speech of Toastmaster Nidhi. A quote mentioned by Toastmaster Mehak after the speech of Toastmaster Nidhi. So I will select the audience. Karan? No.
Yep.
Karan, would you like to try?
Yeah, what's the question?
A quote mentioned by Toastmaster Mehak after the speech of Toastmaster Nidhi. It is a quote.
I can't recall.
Ashish? Ankan?
I am very bad in remembering quotes.
Okay, I am give a hint. This quote is repeated by Toastmaster Lavina. You have to be a good listener. Nidhi, would you like to try? Toastmaster Nidhi. Please unmute.
You're on mute.
I don't remember the full quote, so I would pass it to Toastmaster Mohit.
Okay, I am giving one more hint. Communication works for those dash 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 and dash. Communication works.
Who make communication fun.
Who works at it? This is the code.
Who makes communication work for them?
Yeah, that's right. Another question is the scheme of discount mentioned by Toastmaster Mehak for Baskin Robbins ice cream when you ordered it on 31st of each month. What is the scheme?
30
And everyone will remember.
Yeah, 31%.
Yeah, it is not just 31%. One more condition attached to it.
On 31st of the month.
No.
Above 500. Above 500.
Yeah.
More than 500.
Yeah, you have to order more than 500. So it's a filling the blank. Sometimes one like, sometimes one like dash people, then dash people. It is one of the topic mentioned by Toastmaster Arjun in table
Sometimes-
topic session.
Sometimes one like foolish people more than wise people.
Yeah, great. Last question. What are the recommendations given by Toastmaster Arjun? Ankan, you are good listener. You can be the good listener. You should be the good listener.
Thank you. very
Toastmaster
much.
Lavina? Yeah.
He mentioned that Toastmaster Nidhi should be incorporating an intonative tone in her speech so that it looks like a music. It sounds like a music.
Okay. What is the word? 2 word. In 2 word, it is a recommendation. I am giving the hint. Voice
Music,
modul-
music is it?
Voice modulation.
Voice modulation. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahek. Thank you.
Wonderful, Toastmaster Gaurav. You made it into such a fun game. Thank you so much. And you yourself have such an amazing listening and attention to detail that I have to say that next time around you have to become the general evaluator. You will do a fantastic job at it. So let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Gaurav and for all of my tag team members as well who performed their duties to the best of their abilities. Now, I would like to share my overall report for the meeting as the general evaluator. We started the meeting 5 minutes late. We started at 3:35 p.m. Sergeant at Arms was myself. We opened with a game, which was something new that I thought we'll try out today. I hope everybody liked that. Presiding officer mentioned about the different aspects of the club business, including the division contest, which is for the international speech, which is coming up. So that was very well explained. And the meeting was opened very well as the presiding officer. Then Toastmaster Mahek, who was also the Toastmaster of the day. I think we all will agree that she's done a full justice to her role as the Toastmaster of the day. The theme of the meeting was, did you know? And there were some really amazing, insightful questions that she had for all of us, which kept us glued to the meeting from the very beginning till the end. Baskin and Robbins being my favorite one, and I'm going to go on the 31st of Jan to get some discount on ice creams. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mahek. Moving on to the tag team members, I've already discussed and shared some comments about that. They've done a fantastic job. Particularly Toastmaster Ankan took up the role of the timer at the last moment. So really commendable job he has done. He's also noted the topics along with the timing, which is commendable as well, and shows the enthusiasm and the spirit of going above and beyond. Toastmaster Lavina has done 2 roles today, including the counter and the grammarian. So another courageous move over there. It takes a lot of effort to do just 1 role, and she's done 2 roles, and she's done full justice to that. Just one recommendation, like previously mentioned, on the word of the day, we have to think about how it can be something that can be easily used in the meeting, something for all of us to think about. Especially when we are taking the role of the grammarian. Then talking about the table topics master, Toastmaster Arjun, he has come up with some really unique and out of the box kind of table topics. They were quite complex as well. They sort of pushed the envelope for all of us, and it was really something which was very well received by the audience. I was thinking that whether I will or somebody will be able to even go ahead and speak about such topics. But the audience has done a fantastic job, and Toastmaster Arjun has also done a fantastic job in pushing us and telling us that, yes, when it comes to talking about some difficult or things which we haven't explored before, even then it is something that we can do. So today we've learned about our own abilities more. So great job from all of us as the audience who participated in the table topics, and great job from Arjun's side as well. However, having said that, I would still say that there are some areas of improvement for table topics master to consider. Like the topic has to be clear, and it shouldn't be lengthy, shouldn't be something that we have to explain, or should be pretty clear and to the point, and then it has to be handed over to the speaker to speak. Moving on, listener Gaurav has today, I think, taken all of us by surprise, a lot of enthusiasm in the way he's asked questions, and I completely love the spirit in which he asked the questions. He kept us glued and brought a lot of fun in the meeting today. Speaker Nidhi, you got your message across. I think that's the biggest win for any speaker, if you're able to get your message across. Like you saw, I think many of us, most of us remember the 4 types of communication styles. Yes, I did take notes. Yes, I was cheating, but having said that, I do remember the 4 communication styles, and I do enjoy the way you have put those across with all of us. Evaluator, Toastmaster Arjun, again, I think he was able to use the style of CRC, commendation, recommendation, commendation, and getting to share the evaluation for the speaker. So that was also well done. Overall, it was a meeting which was full of a lot of takeaways. And I think we have to work a little bit on ensuring that the role players are planned well in advance, and we are able to start the meeting on time. And that is all I have overall for the report as well. Thanks once again, and I would like to pass it back to our Toastmaster of the day. Back to you, Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for such a detailed report about the meeting. Well, towards the end, I have my last and the 4th most important fact. Well, that's a clear one. I hope if you are on your laptop, so I would request you could please see the keyboard. Well, you could see that on the F and on the J letter, there is a little bump or the ridge that has been drawn beneath it, if you can see. A small line that has been drawn on the F letter and the J letter. How many of you can see that? Okay, I got a yes from every one of you. Do you have any reason of why this line has been made on the letter F and J only and not on any other letter? If anyone wants to give it a try.
Production defect.
No, it's on everyone's keyboard.
Yeah, I know that. I heard about that some 4-5 years ago, but I can't recall right now.
I think
maybe because you need to put some specific fingers on that so that you will be able to capture entire.
That's the reason. That was the
typing. For typing reason, maybe.
Yeah, you all are actually close to the answer, but that's not the answer. Anyone who would like to guess? Okay, so let me tell you what is the reason behind it. It has just been put on the letter F and J so as to maintain the alignment. It makes easier for you to text when you are using your left hand and your right hand. One hand you can place it on your F letter and the other one on the J. That would make a distinction between the spaces from the F towards this side and from the J towards this side. So you can use both your hands while you are typing. So when you look the middle row, which is the home row or the home row key position, once you place your left hand and your right hand index finger on the F and J letter, accessing the keyboard becomes really easy. So it is just the keyboard thing itself that it becomes easier for you to type and you to make a distinction between the left side and the right side when you're typing. So that was the fact number 4. With this, I would like to call it a round and would close my Tmod session. Moving ahead, first I would like all of you to vote for, we can have the polls. First, initially for the best table topics speaker, I will launch the polls. Before that, I'm just going to launch the speaking alignment. There were 6 speakers today in the table topic segment. And I have posted that in the chat section. Now I am launching the polls for the best table topic speaker. So here I have launched the polls. I hope everyone can see the polls. So please start voting for the best table topic speaker.
There are 7 speakers on the options and there are 6
Yes.
speakers on the chat.
Just vote till the 6th speaker.
Okay.
We're not considering the 7th option.
Okay.
I've got 2 votes till now. There are 8 people in the meeting room.
Done.
Okay.
I have not received it. Is
The
there?
poll,
Yes.
you can send me a direct message. You have the name of
Perfect.
the
Perfect.
people. 4 people have voted. Okay, so now I've got 6 votes. So yes, 1 more vote is left. Then I will close the polls for this one. Okay, so I've got all the polls now. I'm ending the poll for the best table topic speaker. Thank you, everyone. Now I'm launching the polls for the best auxiliary role player first. So I've launched the polls for the best auxiliary role player. Demarian, it was Toastmaster Lavina, active listener, Toastmaster Gaurav, timer, Toastmaster Ankan, and our counter, it was again Toastmaster Lavina. I've got 4 votes till now. Looking out for 3 more. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I've got all the votes. I'm just ending the polls now. The last one is for the best role player. I'm launching the polls for the best role player now. Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Mehak, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Arjun, and General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit. I would request you to please vote for the best role player. I've received 3 votes till now, waiting for 1 more vote. I'm waiting for 1 more vote, yeah. Okay, so I'm ending the polls now. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, so I have the winners in my hand. Before announcing the winners and before inviting this guest on stage, I would like to announce the launch of our newsletter, which will be done towards the end of the Jan. That will be on either on 31st or on 30th January. But before that, today we are just launching the cover page of the newsletter. And I would request the members of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers to please keep sending your articles for if you want to get featured in the newsletter. We will select best 2 articles related to the theme of storytelling, or it could be a story or anything that you wish to get it published. The best one would be posted and just 2 of them will be selected. So here I'm just launching the newsletter. Are you able to see the screen?
Not yet.
Just a second then.
So while Toastmaster Mike is bringing that up, just to let everyone know, so you're already sending a lot of articles for the club website, and that's great. Our website is doing fantastic. And last time around 2 weeks back, I shared that we've hit 1,000 views. I'm glad to say that in the short time of these 2 weeks itself, we've made it to about 1,700 views already. Like the first 1,000 took us about over a month, whereas the next 1,000 is going to take us maybe less than say 2 to 3 weeks. So that's fantastic, and that's all thanks to the contribution that everybody is making. And this is, by the way, this is open to everyone, including Nidhi, yourself, and even the guests. If you write, if you want to be featured in the club website, just share your article with me, and I'll be happy to work with you as the editor to post it on the website. And basis the club web, like all the articles will be on the club website, and like we'll select the article for the newsletter from among the articles which have been posted on the club website. Toastmaster Meg, we can see the newsletter format. Looks beautiful. I'll pass it back to you so that we can explain further.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. So this is just the launch of the cover page of our newsletter. So I would request everyone, and everyone is open to send your articles. We will select the best articles and will post in the newsletter. Just the 2 of the articles will be selected, and every month we will release this newsletter. So this is a new beginning for Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. So I would congratulate the members of the club. Yes,
So
Nidhi?
article.
I have a question. Do you have a particular theme for every month on which the person has to write up, or they can send their articles in any form on any
Right
subject?
now, the theme for the articles, as such, there's no theme for the article, but for the magazine, the theme would always remain storytelling or related to the storytelling itself.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, Ankan?
Yeah, it was similar question actually.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So this is the newsletter. Well, now I would request the guests to please come up and I would like to take your feedback. So first, I would like to invite Toastmaster Nidhi on stage only to please give a feedback about the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. And at the start of the meeting, when you wanted me to introduce, I intentionally did not introduce myself because I was the speaker of the day. And it would be great not to put those things into people's mind. And I'm sorry for that, because I know I have been into that leadership roles as I'm the area director for F4 and not into these. I have given my speech last time. I have to remember when I have given my last speech. So definitely this is one improvement area and my workable area that I'm going to work upon. With the feedback for the meeting, it is my pleasure to be a part of this meeting and wonderfully executed by starting. I have seen Toastmaster Mohit, and then Toastmaster Mehak took it over. And so I have been also with the clubs who have less number of people. The enthusiasm, participation from everyone within the audience makes it a wonderful and an interesting meeting. So overall, I have enjoyed, and everyone have done a great job with their work. Especially, I can see that Toastmaster Mohit has always been appreciative of people who has taken extra responsibility over their shoulders. That is the best way. And I wish all the best to the Toastmaster Club of Storytellers. We will keep on interacting and meeting more on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nidhi. It means a lot from you coming coming a lot from your side, and we really loved your presence today in the meeting. So thank you so much for accepting the invite for joining as a speaker. Next, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Abhishek to please give a feedback about the meeting.
Yeah, it was a great meeting. And honestly, I think I attended when Nidhi was already talking, maybe giving her speech. So I should be on time, A. And secondly, it's always pleasure to attend such meetings. I think my last meeting was almost 5 or 6 months back. But before that time, I used to visit meeting in 25 different countries. So I can always imagine how it is to conduct a meeting in less people. So you guys did a wonderful job, and I love being here. And it was a nice meeting. You tried everything possible with low members.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhishek, for joining in today with us. And we really appreciate your presence today in the meeting. We really hope that you will continue to join Toastmaster Club of Storytellers every Sunday.
Yeah.
Next, I would like to invite on stage guest Karan to please give a feedback about the meeting.
Today's meeting was good, especially like the speech of Nidhi, and the rest were also good. Learned a lot about things, particularly some topics which I need to study more. Some about one Toastmaster shared the question to me. I will research about something about that, and yeah, great to be a part of the meeting. Will like to join next week too. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Karan. We hope that you will join next week as a member of the club and not as a guest. We are hoping for it. Next, I would request guest Ashish to please give views about the meeting. Okay, I guess he is not available. Either he is facing some network issues. So, all right, let's move ahead. So now I would announce the winners for the meeting today. So first, starting with the best table topic speaker. Any guesses who was the best speaker for the table topics? Anyone who would like to guess?
Abhishek.
Yes, you all are absolutely correct. It is Toastmaster Abhishek. So a round of applause for Toastmaster Abhishek. Congratulations. Next, I would like to announce the best auxiliary role player. So any guesses for the best auxiliary role player?
Lavin.
Active listener.
Okay.
Active listener, yeah.
Well, yes, I've got 2 votes for active listener. So it is the active listener, Toastmaster Gaurav. Round of applause for Toastmaster Gaurav. Congratulations. Next, the last one is for the best role player. Well, there were 3 role players. Any guesses for the best role player?
Toastmaster Mag.
Well, thank you so much. I've got the honors to win today. So thank you so much, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining in today and the 108th meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. I would request the guests to please put up your numbers in the chat box so that we can contact you and add you in the guest group if you are still not added. And if the guests have any questions, they can scale back and ask from us. Otherwise, if anyone wants to ask any question or give their opinions and views about the meeting, please, you are free to give that. Then we are closing the meeting on the official grounds.